Hi guys, and welcome to a special episode of the Pet Talk series on the Joe Maxwell Show. I'm sure you're wondering, it's a different set. Oh yes, it's a different set today. And it's a different set because we're having a girly chat today. I'm with my girl, Elizabeth Ash, and we're going to be talking about life as mompreneurs, as womanpreneur, as boss ladies, and the struggles we have being a wife, being a mom, being a career woman, and still trying to slay and kill it. Join me and my special guest, Elizabeth Ash. Hello, lady.
Thank you very much for having me on the show.
So, I want to say one thing. This whole set, entire set, was thought through, designed, implemented by Elizabeth Ash. So thank you again so much for a wonderful set. And I think I've been getting lots of credits on the set. So yeah, well done. So I think this is the second year now we've been using the set, and I don't intend to change anything. Like they say, if it's not broken, don't fix it, right?
Exactly.
Great. So how are you doing, girl?
I'm doing well. I'm
Brilliant.
Good. And
Good. I'm okay. But you know what? Before we kind of launch into this girly conversation, for the benefit of our viewers, because I know you wear many hats. Like you do this and that and that and that and that. I just really cannot even count. So I'm gonna give you the spotlight, like 60 seconds. Pitch yourself in 60 seconds. Go.
Right. My name is Tolu Ashubiero. I own an interior design business. I'm an interior designer, and also I have a wedding hire company. That was where I started my business from. That was where I got the idea that gave me the platform that I can actually birth a business. So that was like my trial run, really. So yeah, I've got a wedding hire company. I've got interior design company, and also I'm a mother, a wife, and I'm also a friend to many people as well.
I like how we always kind of try to, because sometimes just being a friend, it's a chore. It's hard work. It's hard work. Just try to remember to reply to people's messages, to keep in touch.
It is hard work.
It is hard work. So I think we need to always remember to add that to one of the many hats we wear.
And anything relationship is hard work.
It is hard work, right?
Business too is relationship.
I know. Because you know what, I was talking about friendship. I know that I was saying to someone, I said, so you have some friends that you feels like you actually married. The only thing is that you guys don't walk down the aisle. Like it takes so much of your time for whatever reason. Yeah. But yeah, so how do you kind of juggle all of this many things?
Because I haven't got a lot of friends. I've got a number of them. And some of them help me with the business.
Okay, which is great.
Some of them
can they be my friends too?
So they help me mentally, because sometimes having a business is a lonely place, and you need people to talk to and pour your heart to and moan when you need to moan, and so I've got those sort of friends, and also just finding time. I'm sure if they're watching today, I'm there thinking, oh, she doesn't pick up her phone when they need to speak to her.
Oh, you don't pick up your girl. Listen, girl, you do not pick up that call.
But when you're busy, you know how it is.
So you're trying to tell me I'm not busy?
You are busy, but it's just a crazy world. You're being the director, the creative director, doing all those stuff, and being a mom and being a wife as well to, another baby.
Now, we're going to talk about that in a little bit. But yeah, carry on.
It's just crazy to wear too many hats, and you just have to just know when to prioritize and know what to do, what's important. Because sometimes I can be a pleaser. I want to talk to that friend right now, but your client is waiting, she's paying you, or he or she is paying you. You need to now do the work and deliver. And integrity is very, very core to me. I need to deliver. If I say I'm going to deliver, I need to deliver.
I know that about you anyway, because we've worked together. We worked together in 2 projects, albeit very small projects, I'll say. But hopefully someday we get to work on the bigger project. I know you're integrity is something that is you, basically.
Yeah, it is.
And do you know what? Most of the time when I do see your Instagram feeds, I'm always in awe. I'm like, can my house be like this? Can my bed be like this all the time? You do a fantastic job. Where does the creativity come from?
The creativity comes from, I think it's a passion that you have. Sometimes you don't even know you have it. Because sometimes when they give me a project, I'm thinking, where am I going to start from? Which is why interior design is a series of process. You can't just I might just, like your egg gear is giving me inspiration right now. Because of the color combination, it's just giving me inspiration. So I get my inspiration from anywhere and everywhere. I keep my eyes open. So obviously the gift of the gap that I've got is my eyes. I look at everything and I draw inspiration from everything.
But you're doing amazing.
Thank you.
Another thing I really want to talk about is how you do support. You know I dabble into a lot of things as well. Well, not a lot of things, a few things.
Yeah.
And I remember when I started the many things that I'm doing, the few things that I'm doing, you were one of those, albeit maybe you're a little bit more busier now, but you were one of those, I'd say, business friends, I'll call you business friends actually, that was very supportive in the vision, very supportive in what I was doing, believed so much. You know how you just want to have, you want to have a group of friends that just want to soldier you on, just to kind of keep you going. And I think you do have that in you. Well, you probably don't even know that you do that.
Yeah, and the thing about you that strikes me is I love when I see women that are hardworking. I just don't know how you do it. Because, you know, the energy, where did you get your energy from?
I don't know. I really, people do ask me that question, Tolu, and to be honest, I don't know. When people ask me, I'm like, I actually can't answer that question. Like, I literally can't say this is how I do it. I'd again put it down to the fact that God's grace is sufficient. I'm saying it is sufficient. Just even though I'm saying that, I still don't think I quite understand what I'm actually saying. But there's got to be some level of grace that is there. I don't know how I do it, but I think it's I think one thing I say to people, something's got to drive you, right?
Yeah,
something's got to drive you. So I think for me, it's success. I feel like I'm driven by success. I think the fear of not having it or not being successful kind of it makes me feel crippled. So I feel like I owe it to myself, not to anybody else, to be successful in whatever it is I do. So I don't usually often jump into things. I mean, I do. I'm quite creative. Sure? I'm quite creative. But you might have seen in the last year that I jumped into a few things. But I think that I don't often jump into things quickly. I think through things, and then I make sure the things that I'm doing are all aligned together. So I'm not kind of torn all over the place. So I don't know. I think, again, having friends like you, it keeps me grounded as well, because when I'm complaining and moaning, I know that people are doing it. There are other Black women out there killing it. So what's my excuse for not doing it? And personally, I don't thrive well with friends that moan and complain. I actually can deal with them. You know, people just feel like, oh, every reason, every opportunity to complain and moan, they want to grab it. I don't know about you. I just don't thrive well with friends like that.
I'm actually very favored. I don't have friends like that, because it's like, okay, you want to do it, okay, yeah, do it, you know. The people that rein you in is like, Tolu, you're doing too much now. You need to focus, you know. I found it really, you know, strange that Black women don't collaborate.
But girl, you know the reason, like, I think it's all down to our upbringing. You know, we kind of were raised with a mentality of women can work together. And it's not even a stereotype. It is actually true. But then it depends. I think it depends on the level of the sort of women we're talking about. Because if you are working with like-minded women, and do you know what? Actually, no. I think we're just blessed to have good people around us. Yeah. Honestly, because I think up until last week, I believe that every Black woman thinks like we do. Like, think about collaboration, think about, you know, I can't do it alone. So who else can I kind of lean on? Who can I work with? But then somebody called me the other day and was telling me about an idea she wanted to, she really needed me to mentor and all of that. She was telling me about another set of women that existed somewhere in the UK that didn't believe in collaboration, didn't believe in...
it's background.
And I'm like, oh yeah, girl, you need to... For me, it was a rain check for me. I had to snap out of believing that every woman is okay with it. I think we're just blessed. Just blessed.
We are blessed. And another factor that I think that affects a lot of people is you don't know what they've been through. Because before I used to be like, why can't you collaborate? What's the problem with collaborating, you know? But when you start going through life experiences or you hear stories and you start thinking, okay, trust is a big thing.
It is, yeah.
And once some people's trust, or maybe their background, maybe their mother collaborated with someone and maybe that they backstabbed their mother or something, and they start thinking, and they draw their story from there and say, no, I'm not going to collaborate. I'm not going to do that anymore. But do you think it can change? Do you think we can change? Or maybe
I don't like collaboration. As good as it sounds, it does have its downsides as well.
It does.
Because you can collaborate with someone who you think you kind of have the same vision, but you don't. Or maybe the other person gets burnt out halfway through, but because you're still so passionate about and you believe in your vision, even though you thought you were both driving the vision initially, then what happens? You know, so
and people change.
And people do change. People do evolve. We do evolve. You know, circumstances, things happen. It might have been a case where when you started the business, the other partner hasn't started a family, and then they've started a family life, and they just can't cope. And you still expect them to pull their 50% weight, and it's hard. I think it's hard.
It's hard, and I think the fundamental thing is knowing the purpose of doing things. You know, having a right mindset about things, because business, it's hard. It's hard work. It looks very sexy, I would say now.
Glamorous.
You know, I want to be an
like the in thing.
You know, people, and I think you just have to, before you start a business, you need to know why you're doing it. Don't do it because of people. Do it because of yourself. Do it because you think it's an assignment, a mandate that you need to deliver. Because at the end of the day, it's God that we're answering to.
Absolutely.
You know, sometimes I do my own thing in my own flesh. I'm like, oh, do. But maybe when there will be a point I'm like, there's something missing. And I'm like, I need to rein myself back in. What's the point of doing all this? Is it for myself or for God? Because at the end of the day, He created us for His own pleasure.
Absolutely.
Not for our own pleasure. We just have to know that God is the focal point.
And we always have to lean on Him. For me, I sort of feel, and I quite agree with you where you said you have to always think about, why am I doing this? What's the purpose of doing this? And I think most of the time that's what again drives for some people. Whilst for me success drives me, for some people it's like, what's my purpose? And when I say success, I'm success driven. It's all part of living a purpose-driven life, I'd say, so just before we kind of go into like a little bit of personal juice and just to get a bit, you know, just to know you a little bit more, I guess the question is, times where you find yourself and you feel like, I just can't do this anymore. I mean, I'm assuming you have found yourself in that. In like, you know what? Should I just practice and go back to work? Because you're not working, you don't have a 9 to 5. So this is your bread and butter. Your businesses are your bread and butter. So you've got to make sure you're making the Dutch from it. You're making the money from it. How do you kind of go through all that roller coaster of emotional, financial?
It's especially because you're starting off, your business is new. A lot of people can't pay you the money that you think you deserve. And because it's so passion now. So that's where the struggle comes in, when you think husband is asking, we need to pay school fees. You know, how are you going to help?
And girl, you've been working hard the last month. Tell me there's some money.
So you start thinking, oh my God, do I really, maybe I should, maybe this job is actually not for me. Maybe I'm just having a dream about this job thing. You know, obviously it looks glamorous and very, you know, on Instagram, but money in the bank, see that?
It's more important than
struggle. Apart from money, sometimes you're putting in the hard work, you're doing everything, you're thinking, okay, God,
nothing is coming out from that. It's a struggle. Do you know what? I've got a question for you. How do you deal with friends? Now, I don't want you telling me I don't have friends like that in my circle. So they may not be your direct friends. They may be an extension of your friends or associates. How do you deal with friends that are supposedly meant to be supporting your business and they are not supporting? Or how do you deal with people from the Black community that are meant to be helping to promote your business, but they aren't? So I'll give you an example. You get someone who would call a Joe Blog, which is a white-owned company, and call Elizabeth Ash Company, which is Black-owned company, doing the same thing, same level of quality, fantastic. Joe Blog says, oh, it's going to cost me £5,000. It's going to cost you £5,000 for me to be able to deliver this work. I'm like, oh, that's okay. All right, then. Thank you very much. I'll let you know what I decide. Thank you. Cool. Hi, is that Elizabeth Ash? Yes. Oh, yeah, it's going to cost you 4,500 or 4,800, right? And then we start haggling the price. It's like,
I think it's more familiarity for me. I think it's when you're familiar with people, you're both black and black. I'm thinking, why is she demanding for that sort of money? You know, that's when people start saying she charges too much. But forgetting that you've put a value on what you're charging. You've gone to, well, some people, well, I've gone to school, I've gone to learn this thing. Not that I've gone to school to be creative, but I've just gone to school to be professional. You know, I've valued my time. It takes time to do these things. Even though people think, is it to put cushion and sofa together? They think that's all.
I like that. Just put the pillow and just slice them. Just go.
That's what they think it is. But there's more to it. There's more to it. You know, people just, you know, when you get to that situation, it hurts your feelings. But what do you do? What do? I just move on.
Just move on.
Because with time, I had to start growing thick skin. And that's another thing you need to have in business. You need to start growing thick skin. You need to start ignoring things and start. Sometimes it's discouraging. You think
it is. It is.
Own
do you know what? Let me even tell you. Even as we're talking about business right now, my brain is going. Do you know what? I just want to imagine myself in Bahamas right now, just sipping some cocktail and not even talking about business, because business is stressful. So let's just park business for now, and let's go into your personal life. Okay. So how do you? Because I want to learn actually. How do you, when you need to kind of just whoosah and just enjoy life and forget about everything else that seems very busy? What do you do? How do you?
Do I really enjoy it? Do you know? Actually, no, I do. I know where to let. I have some friends that I would just drive down to their house and know that I'm not talking business and I won't talk business. I hardly do it, to be honest, because I think I enjoy my business, even though sometimes.
But that's the thing, though. Even though you enjoy your business and you don't create time for fun, you don't create time for yourself.
I do sometimes.
I don't think that's good, though. When was the last time you went on a girls' trip?
A while ago. And that's because, you know, you're birthing business, you're thinking what's priorities, the money, and so on. I went to spa with a few friends this early summer, you know, and that was really a day spa. That was really, really good. I was like, oh my God, you know, what am I missing? But when you start calculating again and start thinking, oh my God, if I go on holiday, you know, kids and what's your priority and stuff like that. And you know what? Sometimes I'm thinking, you know what? Just sort it. Just go. Just
and you have to
let go.
Do you know what? I realize that as women, we do so much and we don't even know.
We do.
We wear so many hats. We don't realize it. We think about everyone first, and we don't worry about ourselves. We don't think about ourselves. And before you know what, I mean, I'm saying that because I know on a good day, by now I would have been away for at least 6 times a year. No joke. As in, it got to a point everybody was saying, how do you do it? Because I just love traveling. But like you said, because of business, because of work, because I've got so much to think about, it's like I'm really prioritizing things, and I'm like, holiday, it sounds fancy, but maybe because I'm just starting off, I've just got to put in the time. Do you think we're doing ourselves a lot of damage doing that?
I think life is all about balance. I tell myself, because that's what I struggle with a lot. Balance. Even though we're at that initial stage that we're building our businesses, we still need to find balance. You know why? We don't know what tomorrow holds. We don't know what, because that's what that's my consolation, like my secret. The other day I went to West End. I just went for a girly charity thing. And I finished from that and I just went into a shop and I bought a shoe.
Girl, why didn't you call me so you can buy me a pair too?
And I just bought myself a shoe. I just thought, why am I working so hard? Let me just give myself, even though I had that guilty, that little guilt.
The guilt.
I just thought, you know what? This is my guilty pleasure. I don't care. I'm buying this.
Just gonna do it
I'm buying the shoes and I'm going home and I'm going to be happy with it. And I admire the shoes now. I'm like,
I'm happy.
Yeah. Because you just have to strike a balance, once in a while. Yes, we need to pay school fees. We need to pay, we need to help the hobby, but sort it. You need to find.
Do you think there is a double standard thing with some? I'm kind of listening to you and I can hear you feel the skill trip and, you should do this, you should spend this, you kind of spend more time with the business, all of this whole malarkey. Do you really think the men think about things like that?
It depends on the man. It depends on the man.
I'll let you break that down.
My husband will think about that. He'll be like, my kid's school fees first. And I think that's why that onus too is on me. Like, you know, my kids are not, I've got 3 children and the twins are going into reception. And they're only just in pre-reception. My husband just tabled the school fees and said, this is what we're paying in September. I'm talking last year and, you know, September, and I'm thinking, Jesus, fast forward school fees. I'm not even thinking about that now. I'm still thinking about now. She gets. So he's that kind of person. Before he buys, he thinks. He put things into perspective.
What part of Nigeria is he from?
He's just a rare person. He's into...
Where is it? What part of Nigeria is he from?
Osun State. But
because I was going to say, sounds like an Ijebu man, but
yeah, well, Osun State, you know. Anyway, he's that kind of person. Before he would just start thinking, let me prioritize.
But that's great. That's great.
And I think that's why he's sort of rubbed off on me. I'm not that kind of person before. I will shop for my bags.
You love your bag. You love your shoes.
You know, I will still shop for my bags and stuff, other material things. But you put things into perspective. I think now it's more of holiday for me. I want to relax and chill and recharge my batteries as well, because you know, being creative, you need to like let go and come back to your desk and recharge and start working again.
Yeah. I love the recharge. I need to go somewhere to recharge.
No, I need to. It's been a lovely sunny.
Maybe we can plan a girls' trip. How about that? Another toast to that girl. Yes.
Having a chat.
Definitely. I really want to do a lot of girl chat with my friends just to kind of get to know and understand the struggle, because then the whole purpose of having Joe Maxwell Show really is to kind of showcase women and let's talk about the real issues that we go through and how we go through it. And hopefully there's someone out there watching and goes, well, if she's been able to do that, or if Joe can do this, or if you know Elizabeth can do this, then I can do that. Because it's hard. It's really hard to juggle life.
And it's all about inspiring people, really. Because a lot of people want to start something, but they can't start it. They don't know where to start. You know, I would just say start, even however little. But do things right. Get the right education, get the right skill sets, and do things right. Because it actually pains me when I see Black people not doing things right. You've got to do it right. Quality needs to be at our forefront.
Absolutely.
And that's something I admire about you. You do things very well.
Oh, thank you very much. Well, she's just wrapped up the entire show for me. I don't have to say anything more. But thank you, Tolu, for coming.
No problem. Thank you very much for having me.
It was lovely. It was lovely. I think we need to definitely plan a girly trip.
We need to.
Very soon.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much, guys, for watching, for being patient to listen to Tolu and I have a girly chat. And hopefully you've been able to learn something from the little girly chat conversation we've had. If you do have any questions at all, and you want to find out how we are able to kind of balance work, family life, feel free to email us at info@joemaxwellshow. And of course, you can always email Elizabeth Ash.
Interiors.
Okay, I'm going to let you do that, girl.
info@elizabethashinteriors.com.
And thanks for watching. See you same time next week.